going to be making some of these little benches. So this is called a saw bench. So Will has already got to see this, but you guys get to check it out now. So a saw bench is what they used back in the day, back before they had power tools. So you'd take your saw, and since you had to cut everything manually, you'd put your knee on it like this, you put a hand on it, and then you'd hold it still and cut it off like so. Or, since they didn't have table saws, hold still, buddy. Since they didn't have table saws, if they wanted to cut it in half like that, they could bring it back like this, and then they could start it like this. They could actually saw back to it like that. So then as they would go, like once they got back to here, they just keep moving the board forward, but that way they'd hold on to it like that. So you guys can try it real quick, see if it's the right height. Here you go, Plank. And if it feels like it's too tall, we can always cut the leg up a little bit.
Can you sit on it? I guess
Yeah.
that's
A real easy rule to remember is if what you're doing isn't working, do it different. So that's not working, so let's do it. So if you're in here like this and that doesn't work, just kind of wiggle around, and then you'll feel it grab a hold of it. This little clamp here is to hold this in place while I put a screw in it, but this is too tight a little bit right now. So what we'll do is loosen this up, clamp the drill. Uncle Charlie's not angry. Alright, so look, you loosen this little nut up like that, and then you screw this out of the way. Alright, so now look, does that look tight enough? No. So then you just go like this, and you move it a little bit, and let's see if that's tight enough. Alright, does that look tight enough?
no.
No. So keep messing with that. Luke, you take a look at that one, and see if you can, so you just turn this a little bit, and then now do the handle, and see if it feels tight enough. Does that feel tight enough?
Yeah.
That feels pretty good. So now what we want to do to lock that in place is turn that nut. We're not going to laugh about our nuts the whole time. Go ahead and get it out of your system. Whoever wants to giggle about their nuts, go ahead and do it now.
Why can't we giggle?
That's wonderful fun. All right, so Sammy, why don't you get that one going? I feel like you're a long ways away.
Where's my ways go?
So here's the second part of man school. This is man school that you're in right now.
Yes.
Each day at man school we have what we call the manly virtue of the day. Who knows what a virtue is? You go, buddy. Here. Yeah, it's a good quality of something. Like honesty is a virtue, integrity is a virtue, you know, all these things. So each man school will discuss a different manly virtue of the day, because our crazy warped society doesn't really value manly virtue. So we'll come back to that. So anyway, so these right here screw into this, right?
Yep.
And these right here screw into what?
That.
This one. So how do we get this middle board screwed down? Because we don't want to put a screw through the top of it, because you don't want to see a screw, because that'd be kind of ugly, right? You don't want to like have big screws sticking through like that. So how can we hold this board down?
Screw here?
So could we put a pocket screw right here?
No, because there's a gap.
I mean, when there's a board there.
Oh, yeah.
To hold that middle board in there.
Oh, yeah.
So we can put a pocket screw right there, right? So how would you put that in the jig, Sambo, to make that look right?
I'm the cheesy person.
You're getting
I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. So what I like, you can do that and use this hole, or you can, so whatever you're saying here, like if you want to say, let's try to get this as precise as we can, you can say, all right, here's the middle one, and that looks like that's right about the middle, a little bit. You can just get that wherever you think it looks right, and then put your screw hole in.
I have an idea.
I'm going to show you a real easy way to do that. Alright, I'll show you guys how to quickly do the exact middle of this. Find the exact center of it, alright? This is a great trick. So, this right here is 29 and an 8. What's half of 29 and an 8? I don't know. So, we'll say what's half of 29 and an 8? That's close to 30, right?
Two 16s.
Stop. So it's almost 30, right? Close to 30.
Okay,
So what's
15.
half of 30?
15.
15.
So
So
15 2 16.
stop. So we'll do 15, right? 2 16ths would be 1/8. So
Exactly.
we'll mark
You said, well,
we'll mark 15 inches, right?
Yeah.
So it's fit from here to here is 15 inches, right? Everybody listen? So now we'll just turn around and just say 15 inches from here to here. So now we have a line. We have these two lines. Now we know the middle of it is just right in between those, right? So now we know that that's exactly the middle of that board because it's 15 from here to here, 15 from here to here. And so right there, now we're going to just find the middle of that. So if you wanted to measure it perfect, you could say, well, that's, if you get that. So yeah, I'm right on it. So there you go. So that's that. So if you want to do half of 7 and an 8 or whatever, you can just say, well, half of 7 is 3 1/2. Or you could say, what's half of 8? 4. So you can just measure in 4 from the left, 4 from the right, 4 to the other end.
20 47.
What was that banana song? It kind of sounded like we were
Go.
getting.
Banana. Yes, go. Banana.
So,
Go.
yeah.
Banana.
So,
Go.
You guys need to all start bringing a hat, and then we'll make little things for it.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah.
So you don't have to always be
Oh,
mooching a
that's a
pencil.
bee.
Yeah.
Mooching pencil.
Big old bee.
I know five trees.
It's a carpenter.
That's a lamb.
Oh. Oh!
Did he get it?
Yep. Oh my word, that is terrible. Oh my gosh.
Worked, didn't it?
That
So
will-
today's manly virtue is honesty. Who knows what honesty is? Just call out your answers.
Telling the truth.
Telling the truth. Why? What kind of guy lies?
a loser.
A loser. What's Frank?
Lucy. No.
What are the reasons why somebody would lie? What reason would somebody have to lie?
Because they know that they're going to get in trouble about doing something wrong.
So if you're trying to get out of punishment, what does that mean?
That means
That you're scared of punishment, right? So you weren't scared to do whatever it was you knew you weren't supposed to do, but you're scared of your punishment. Are men frightened easily? Are they always scared walking out? Oh, I'm
yes,
afraid."
they are now.
Well, today, but yeah, we're not shooting for that.
Yes,
So, one kind of guy that likes to lie a lot is just a coward, right? He's just scared to tell the truth because he might get in trouble or people might laugh at him or whatever his problem is. So, a coward lies, right? And then another kind of guy that lies is just a weasel. That's just the kind of guy that just lies to everybody to try to get what he wants. Like, oh, hey, I love you. Can you blah, blah, blah. Oh, can you please? Oh, I'm sorry.
By the way.
I've had a hard life. Can I have something for free? That's another kind of guy. So you got a weasel and a coward. Who here wants to be a weasel or a coward?
Coward!
Frankie, you're not allowed to answer anymore. All right, so did we get a pocket hole in that yet?
No. I want to learn how to be a man. Go to rescue.
That's right.
Most men aren't men anymore.
That's right.
So,
So what do we call a man who's technically a man because he's 30, but he doesn't have any manly virtue? What do we call that guy?
A boy that shaves.
We call that a boy who shaves. Because, yeah, he shaves. He's technically a guy, but he's more of a boy. Because a little boy tells lies because he's scared to be truthful. A little boy tells lies because he's being a weasel.
I am literally already growing a mustache.
Yeah,
across.
you're very manly.
Yeah.
But a man, that's not a man.
I don't think I'll shave it though.
Good.
I don't want to
Grow
be a
that
man
out.
that shaves.
You want to be a big handlebar mustache? It'd be awesome.
Mine's gonna be one of those swirly
All right,
ones.
Lukey, you're up, buddy.
13.
So remember, if you have any question as to what it's supposed to look like, how do you figure it out?
Look at that.
Just look at this one. So, hey, Will, I want you to work with Luke, okay? The two of you team up, so you guys can both work right over there.
We are men. Yes, we are. We are men. Yes, we are.
Oh, don't worry. There's probably a mistake in there somewhere. I made a mistake. I made the boards an inch longer than that one. It's no biggie. All right, so.
Seriously.
It's so awesome.
All right. See that touch? All right, come out of there.
Tap dancers. Hey, you want to swing dance?
No.
Dude,
This is
what?
man school, not dancing goofy ball school.
Got him.
All right, so now we need to cut some table legs, right?
Yep.
We do.
rocket surgery? Look at it.
Rocket surgery.
Okay, that one is a little harder. So it's 400, and so right there is 420, right?
Yep.
So it's like one less than that, right? So
400
400 and so
19.
what's less than 20? Not 21, it'd be 19. So 419,
Hey,
right?
I was talking really
You were.
quick.
So the easiest ones, pay attention, boys. Alright, the easiest ones are these big long ones, right? Because you don't have to get the little 90-degree angle screwdriver thing or anything like that. Those are easy as can be. So the hardest ones will be
The little ones.
the little short ones.
So we did the little short one.
I will start with the little short ones because this way, if you do the little short one here, you can get at it no problem. You can come over to the other side and get at that no problem. And then we'll put the ends of it together. So you want to start with the little short ones. So you just hold it on.
There we go. See, that's how men take criticism. They
right.
laugh it off.
Yep.
We don't.
Grandma can do better.
Ain't nobody likes a bragger.
Yeah, I love the bragger.
No, I stand corrected.
I'm one myself.
There, we've got this perfect shape. This is
All
what
right.
we're gonna use.
Now lay out your top boards on your little workbench that you've got
Which
already.
ones? There's like 50 top ones.
50. Well,
Figure it out, buddy.
Oh, we've got some of his top
You
ones. Get a fatter board.
that doesn't sound that bad.
If we did it like, say, about like that, that'd look all right, right?
And then we just need to hack off the end.
Mhm.
I'll get the machete!
So, well, the machete is not really a fine carpentry tool.
Is it for the jungles of Africa?
Whoa!
Then why do you have it?
So, Frank, whenever I say put your hand on the back of the drill and push on it, what you need to do is
Put your hand on the back.
use your head and listen. Yeah, but actually put your hand on the back of it and push on it. That's easy. So, instead of saying, oh yeah, 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 and then you never do it, actually listen and then do it. And you'll notice you'll notice you progress much quicker when you listen and then do what you're told.
Are you saying I don't listen?
Yes, that's precisely what I'm saying.
Oh no, no, I can't get these little things now.
Yeah, you'll get them.
I listen harder than an elephant does and fall.
I'm not really familiar with that.
I am.
The attention span of an elephant.
Your attention